Hello, everybody. We have Rachel up here with us tonight, and she has Wild Woolly Outdoors. There we go, if I can speak. God knows that's a rare occasion, as some of you know, and DJ's hiding off over here in the corner. Think he's a little bashful.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm shy.
You're shy? No, please. So it don't matter on who wants to go first.
Who else is in there with you? I hear somebody else.
Do what, Rachel?
Is she getting an echo?
It's weird. There's like a delay.
Yeah, sometimes there is. Hi, Zeb. How are you?
Where's the comments? I can't see them.
You got yours on full screen?
No, I'm on a smaller screen now, and I can't see the. Oh, wait. Comments. There we go. I found them.
There you go.
Deb. I found the comments.
That works, right? Oh, there's Heath. So it don't matter on whoever wants to go first. Okay, DJ says you can go first.
I don't even know where to begin.
Okay.
You don't know where to begin.
I don't even know where to begin.
Okay, well, I'll go first. My name is Rachel Livermore from Wild Woolly Outdoors. And I've been hunting since I was maybe 13. Started with small game, squirrels, rabbits, rough grouse. And then when I was about 16, I started deer hunting. And my step aunt, step uncle got me into it. They're the ones that got me heavily into it. But yeah, and I've been hooked ever since. So.
So how old are you when you got your first one?
My first deer?
Yeah.
Let's see. My first deer. I was 16. My first deer, I got a little spike horn.
That's awesome.
That was the first buck I ever killed.
I remember that too very well. My I was hunting with my my Uncle Kevin actually, and he drove for me. And he gave me a whistle to blow. If I got a deer, and the deer was down, I was to blow the whistle. So he'd come and give me a hand and show me what to do. So he sat me on this crate that he had, and he made this blind out of one of those burlap blinds you can buy at the store. They're made out of burlap. They're great. You know, I use them. I still use them to this day.
Oh, that's cool.
And he was driving for me, and there was no snow on the ground, but I remember there was no snow on the ground, but it was really cold, and the leaves were really crunchy. And I heard the footsteps coming towards me, the deer footsteps. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I heard the deer coming, and I started shaking. Now all I had a little single shot 20 gauge. And so I heard the deer coming towards me, and I start shaking. I'm shaking because I know this deer's coming. I'm shaking like a leaf. The deer can't flip it. I don't know. I want to say maybe 15 yards in front of me, pretty darn close.
Oh wow!
I saw the ears because there was a little knoll in front of me. and I saw the deer coming right towards me. So I'm shaking, and I put the bead right on this deer's chest because that's the only spot that I could see to hit the deer. And I'm shaking, and I pulled that hammer back, and boom! And the deer goes down. And the deer kicks around a little bit, but he's gone, done. So I slowly stood up, and I'm still shaking, like, oh my God. So I remembered what my uncle told me. When I slowly walk up to the deer, and don't walk near their back feet, walk more towards the front feet, in case they are still alive and they go to kick you, I guess. That's what he would always told me.
That was a very good tip.
I took my gun and I nudged the deer. The deer's dead, and I'm shaking. But I was shaking so bad I could barely blow the whistle. I was like, I could barely blow that whistle. And I got 5 minutes to blow the whistle. And here comes my uncle. And he goes, I know you got one because I heard you having a hard time blowing that whistle.
He blamed on that one for sure.
So I'm standing there just dumb. I'm like, no, what do I do? Yeah. So he showed me how to gut the deer. He started it and everything initially with the cutting process, but just to show me what to do. Made that cut all the way up to the to the rib cage where you need, and that's where reach in there, up in there as far as you can. And I just looked at it for a minute. I was 16. I was a kid. Like, seriously? He's like, you gotta do it something, or you might as well do it now. I'm like, all right. Roll up my sleeves and I reach up in there. I grab the thin white, and he's telling me everything to do. Tell me, okay, grab it as hard as you can and cut up as hard as you can reach. And I cut it and push everything out. And I remember when I was done, I was all covered in blood. Like, wow. He's like, how do you feel? I go, and my adrenaline was still pumping.
Definitely a learning experience.
It was crazy. Yeah, he showed me how to hang it and everything, and it definitely was. Definitely was.
That's awesome. How about you, Deesh?
So my name's Derek Russell. I'm been hunting since 12 years old. I got my hunting license. Started out small game, obviously. First deer I killed, I was 14 years old. I took it with a traditional recurve. First deer ever. That was cool. Killed it with cedar shaft arrows. The whole, like, 100% traditional.
Yeah.
And so that started out my deer killing spree.
Ooh, hello, everybody watching.
And I killed a deer every year after that. With that recurve up until I started hunting with a compound. 16, I killed my first buck. Got a spike horn. Killed it with a 270. I'll never forget it. I rode on the back of my father's truck for 3 weeks because there was not enough room in the front seat. because we had other people that would go deer hunting with us that were older people. So I got elected to ride on the back of the truck. But yeah, I killed my very first buck with my father's 270 Weatherby Vanguard. And 20 years to the date, I killed my largest buck with the exact same rifle on the exact same day.
Huh.
That's something else.
So yeah, that's I mean, and I've taken deer every year since I've started deer hunting. I don't think there hasn't been a year that I haven't harvested deer. It's a gift that God gave me.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed to be as good as I am at what I do. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that could go their whole life without ever killing a deer. And, you know, there's other people that, like Rachel, you're one hell of a hunter. I'll give you that. You get what you go after. You are very persistent, and it pays off for you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, both of you are really good.
Yeah, Rachel is good at what she does.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just as stubborn as the game that I hunt.
Yep.
If you don't tell me, I will find you. I will find you.
That's it, you know, and I mean, that's another thing. Like, my style of hunting is a lot different from other people's style of hunting. Everybody hunts different. A lot of people, they like to just go sit in the woods. Yeah, I do that, but a lot of times, if the deer don't come to me, I find the deer. I will go and find the deer. I always find deer. I mean, it don't matter. If you know where to look, you hunt the same spots year after year, like you. I mean, you just know where the deer are going to be at certain times of the year. So then you're able to capitalize on that, you know, and you try to give pointers to other people. Like, I try to give pointers to my dad and them. You know, like, my dad had a rough deer season. I'm not seeing nothing. I would go up there and, here, Dad, I'll show you. Like, there's a deer, you know, and sometimes you have to change up what you're doing because it's not working for you.
I was wondering what that
A lot of people don't like change, you know, and that's my dad. He don't like to admit that I know what I'm talking about and I'm trying to benefit him, but he don't want to listen. But
somebody commented that we should do fishing stories. So I mentioned probably maybe next weekend.
Fishing, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of them too.
Yeah,
definitely.
So, how about you there, Miss April?
Shoot, which ones?
Well, how long have you had your hunting license?
Oh, geez, I'm not that long.
Okay, well, there you go. That's the beginning.
What, 2-3 years?
Yeah,
I've had it now.
You've had your license for. Well, no, you had your license.
No, I had it before.
You've had your license about 5 years now.
Yeah, it's been about 5 years. Holy cow. I went out a couple times with my son, and he's sat up from me, probably about 20 foot maybe. We had 3 doe walk in, and I've got this bright hot pink, you might as well say, jacket on. Neon, still pink. But I was waiting for him to take a shot, and he wasn't taking the shot, so I started moving toward the 30-30 that I had, and of course they spotted me because I didn't move fast enough. But that's a lesson learned. You got to move quick, can't move slow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how about
Well, the day you and I went out?
which one?
Which one? I know.
How about what? Yeah, I mean, are you talking about this year, opening day Southern Tier?
No, that's you.
Oh,
You're better at telling that stuff than me. What's your favorite animal to hunt and eat? That is one of the questions.
What? What's
Mine
your
would
favorite
probably
animal?
be first choice would probably be venison. First,
I would have
yeah,
to say
first
my
choice,
first choice. Huh?
first choice would probably be venison, and second choice would probably be squirrel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, my first choice would have to be caribou
Yeah,
and then
I
venison.
love squirrel. I love it. Love it.
squirrel's good.
Rabbit too, though. I love rabbit too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How about you, Deej?
I gotta say, I like my deer meat. I do. I mean, if I could have a choice, moose meat is fantastic.
See, I've never had
That
that.
that is one thing that I want to go and shoot before I die.
Oh
Is a
man, I
moose.
would love a moose. Actually. Oh,
Moose is phenomenal. Like, and I don't know, there's just something about a 1,500-pound animal that you can call the way that
squirrel's
you can
good.
call moose. That is just, I would be so hooked if yeah. But it would be, if I had a choice, it would be moose. If I could hunt moose in New York State, I would hunt moose.
Yeah,
But if it's something that I'm hunting, it's going to be venison and wild turkey. Those are my two.
wild turkey's good too. I love it.
I also like duck quite well. We did quite a bit of duck hunting this year.
Yeah, DJ and Michael do have some fishing stories between the two of them,
Yeah.
Trish.
Yeah, that was a blast. I
Yeah.
definitely got to do that again.
Yeah,
I
that
like
was freaking awesome. We loved going
Hey,
fishing.
what? If we had a moose season, I'd get a deer and a moose.
Oh,
And
you
I'd
ain't
do
Oh,
lying.
hell
them
yeah.
both.
I know right where I could go and get a moose too. Guaranteed I could shoot a moose every year if I wanted to up here.
That'd be awesome.
Same way with black bear. I mean, if I really
Mhm.
wanted a bear, I could kill a bear every year.
I had black bear once,
110%.
and it was really, really good.
I got probably 25 dens on a GPS. All bear dens. And you hunt there, Rachel. You
Where?
walk right past some of them.
Where at?
Huh?
Where at?
Buck Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice up there.
That
Oh,
place is
Buck Hill, yeah.
that place is loaded with bears. You would not believe how many bears are there.
That's a unique spot. I've had some unique experiences up there.
Oh yes. Yeah, you ain't telling me nothing.
Yeah, definitely.
Come So
That's one-
my favorite I would have to say would be turkey and
well,
deer
turkey's
meat.
good.
Turkey in the crock pot, the way Dee does it with the cream of celery and
Mm.
something else in it. Oh my god, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, that was good.
Well, I did that wild turkey soup last weekend, and that came out amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looked good.
Oh wait, you know what? I might take that back.
It was amazing.
I'm gonna take back the venison thing.
You are.
Yeah, because I think I would rather eat beaver. Now that I stop and think.
Beaver is good too.
Beaver is good.
Woodchuck is awesome.
Yeah, smoked woodchuck. Oh my god! You
I'm
put
gonna
some
throw one on
barbecue
a
sauce
smoker
on
this
that
year.
son of a bitch. Wow!
Definitely gonna smoke.
You smoking
Yeah,
with some
we're gonna do that.
barbecue sauce?
I always wanted to hunt, but my luck, I get a kill, then be stuck
Oh,
in the
man.
woods because I'm broken and can't get the heavy thing out of the woods. Hey, that's when you call for help. There's nothing wrong with that.
Or
That's
take
when
them
you
out
hunt
piece by
with
piece.
somebody who's got a lot of knowledge and who can guide you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Piece by piece. If you can't haul the whole animal, piece by piece.
We do have to I told Trish that we would let Michael use my crossbow to see if he liked that. At some point in time, because we got a lot of stuff going on this year, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's something you got to get into too, Rachel. Is the crossbow hunting?
Yeah, I gotta get one. I'm definitely want to go crossbow.
Man, I'll tell you, you go right to running or not runnings. Yeah, it is runnings stuff.
Hi, Mom.
But you go to runnings and you buy the was it Kill Light or Kill Life?
Yeah.
Oh man, that crossbow, for as cheap as they are, they're extremely accurate.
Yeah. I've been eyeballing a couple of them. Mm-hmm. And fun. They're fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the first time DJ and I went out actually hunting together because he's been teaching me a little bit here and there. We were both sitting on a log and back to back. And he kind of like nudges up to me and keeps tapping my shoulder. So I turn around real quietly and I looked and there's a huge ass fisher, one not even 20 foot from us.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And then, of course, I got sore, so I stood up quietly and looked over the brush because we were sitting on a main trail and an old logging road, and the brush was so thick in there, you couldn't really see over it. So I went and stood up, and like I was telling you earlier, Rachel, nothing but deer ass. I sure the hell don't want to shoot a deer in the ass. Yeah, that would suck. Hello from Canada.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello. You guys got snow up there?
How's the ice fishing up there? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
We don't got no ice down here this year, which
we keep getting ice and losing it, then getting it, then losing it.
Yeah. Oh, and which reminds me, Rachel, the old perch bite is going to be booming here within the next week or so.
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, perch is always nice.
Perch is one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. I got it, like the fish thing.
I filled 2 tags this year.
You guys are very busy this year. I would love to go crossbow hunting. I can't shoot the gun anymore. Back and neck is shot. I get lightheaded when moving my neck too fast now. There's actually
about a crossbow.
Yeah. My crossbow actually has a crank on it. I'm telling you what, if it wasn't for that crank, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Oh, it's 200 pounds.
I can get it about 150-pound crossbow, like 1/4 of an inch from locking it in, and I can't get it any more than that. So yeah, thank goodness for that crank. Did you guys fill your deer tags this season?
Sure did, bud. We don't never miss.
I actually tagged out this year.
That's awesome. The person from Canada says they're cutting the grass. 50 degrees tomorrow.
Nice. Good for you.
Yeah, that's awesome, especially for up in that area. Hi, Heath.
Who asked if we filled over? Who asked if we filled the deer tags?
Let me see. I should name off the person's name. It was Richard that asked.
Richard.
Yep. He asked if we filled tags. I did not.
April. So since we're on the subject, anyways, so I took her for opening day of Southern Tier this year down to Madison County where I deer hunt. It's a big chunk of state woods. So I hunt the same spot. I haven't been down there in, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. But so we get down there. I go to the spot that I usually hunt every year that I go down there, and there's an old guy parked there, and he's hunting from his truck. I'm like, all right, well, we'll go up the road farther. I know a couple other good spots here. So we go up through, and there's cars parked here, parked there, whatever. So we go up, spin around, we come back down the hill. The old guy had left. Perfect. So pull over, we park, we get out, we go down in. And so we're sitting there. And she had bought this stuff called moonshine. It's a deer lure.
Yeah.
And so I put a couple of drops of this stuff on the log, and we're sitting there. And we were there probably about, 15, 20 minutes?
Maybe.
And all of a sudden, she goes, babe. My question, she goes, coyote. What do you mean coyote? She's like, there's a coyote right here. And I turn and I look, and literally this coyote is 10 steps.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, shoot it. Well, she couldn't get so I whip the gun up and I spin around, and a coyote takes off running. Well, I didn't want to shoot in front of her face, so I let the coyote go. I didn't shoot. But anyway, so coyote runs off, and I told her, next time something like that happens, just shoot it. I don't care. Like, just shoot the coyote. So we're sitting there, and I'm looking down, and previous to this, she had seen a deer take off. And she's like, I just seen a big buck run that way. I'm like, oh, she couldn't get a shot at it. All right, whatever. So we're sitting there, and all of a sudden I happen to look down the hill, and I'm looking, and I'm like, man, I don't remember that brown spot being right there on the edge of the hill. So I picked the gun up, and I look, and I'm like, son of a bitch, that's a deer. Click. Bang. And when I squeeze the trigger, I watch a deer tip right backwards in the scope. I was like, oh, that's a dead deer. And next thing I know, there's just deer compiling out of, they were within 40 yards of us, never seen them in front of us. In wide open hardwoods. Don't ask me how they got there. But all these deer come running. So I have a semi-automatic rifle, so I pick another deer, bang! That deer's dead. So I tell her this one deer comes running up and stops. I mean, close enough I could have spit in this deer's face. And I told her, I said, shoot it. Well, just as she squeezed the trigger on that gun, her stock slipped off her shoulder.
Oh, no.
She shot right over the deer's back. Bang! So the deer starts bounding. So I pick up, bang! I shoot, miss. I go to shoot again, I'm empty. Like, oh, you got to be kidding. So I winded up filling the 2 doe tags that I had for down there on opening day. But yeah, that was the first time she's ever got to have deer come
That close and shoot at one.
that close in and get to shoot. But
yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was fun.
I want to go back down there next year. That was a lot of fun. He says, awesome hunting story.
Yeah, so when I was about, I want to say 14 or so, my step uncle, he used to have rabbit dogs. He had a Basset Beagle mixer. And he took me snowshoe hare hunting up in Osceola. And we used snowshoes. I remember using snowshoes. You want to talk about a good workout? Try running behind dogs with snowshoes. They're catching scents of snowshoe hares. Well, we were hunting snowshoe hares and cottontails. And I remember we hit this one spot. It was like a low lying, like a swamp area. There was a lot of snow on the ground that year. So the snowshoes worked perfect. But I remember that's when I shot my first cottontail. My first cottontail and my first snowshoe hare. I ended up getting one of each that day.
That's cool.
It is cool.
So he got 2 snowshoes and 1 cottontail. And Osceola's got a lot of cottontails.
Osceola's nice.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of cottontails, and there's a lot of snowshoes up there too.
Now that's still open until what, the 20-something of March, right?
Yeah, March 31st. Yep. I'm definitely gonna go a couple more times before the season ends. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't get many rabbits this year, did you?
But that was fun. I got 1, 2, 3. I got 3 or 4 actually.
Mom says, I just wanted to thank you, April and DJ, for all the
I got a
support
few this year.
Yeah.
they gave me when I was.
Some years are better than others, I've noticed about rabbits.
Yeah, this year it was weird because, like, when I was mowing grass in the summertime, I see so many rabbits. The fall hit and they just gone. Although there's a high fox population this year.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of foxes this year. Mm-hmm. Especially gray foxes. When I was back in my house deer hunting, I saw a lot of gray foxes back there.
Yeah.
So definitely next year, if you guys want to come in back in my house and trap, I've definitely got some gray foxes.
Yeah,
gotta go.
Yeah, I just didn't get a chance to get there this year. I was so busy.
Next year. Next year, there's always next year.
Yeah, but we'll get them out of here this coming trapping season.
Yeah, DJ's actually going to be working on his nuisance license here soon.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I saw one coyote. Yeah, there's nothing cooler than hearing those dogs barking when they're on a rabbit.
Yeah. Oh man, I used to. Yeah.
You almost sound like Lacey.
Yeah. Oh, when I was a teenager, I was big rabbit hunter. I used to rather rabbit hunt than deer hunt.
We watched foxes chasing rabbits down the sidewalk in front of the Bordeaux house. That's got to be an interesting sight.
Huh. Foxes.
Yeah, right now one of our rabbits got loose in the backyard, so we hear Lacey going off once in a while.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, she's a good dog.
She is. She's awesome.
She is a great at tracking rabbits.
Yeah. She really is. And shoot, all
there's
of us.
There's something about it too when you're standing there waiting listening for the dog. Once that dog starts bellowing, it almost gives you goosebumps. It's just a cool sound, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's so traditional.
Yeah, like I said, when I was a teenager, I had a rabbit dog. His name was Jake. I got it from a guy named Fred Smith. Best dog I've ever owned my whole entire life, hands down. Another dog could never match that dog. That's why I probably will never have another beagle. Is because another dog can't compare to how that dog was. But with that being said, I got that dog when I was, I don't know, young, probably 13, 14. And I spent so much time with that dog, it wasn't even funny. And up until probably I was 18, 20 years old, I barely deer hunted because I would want to hunt rabbits more than I wanted to deer hunt. I would hurry up, get my deer tags filled so I could just get back to rabbit hunting. But back then, there was a lot more rabbits than there is now.
See, it's funny. I deer hunt to fill my freezer, but I small game hunt for the excitement of small game hunting.
Yeah. I used to. I love spending that time with that dog. That's all it was, you know. I loved that dog so much. And then I ended up getting another dog. I had Jake and Freebie, in which Freebie was a free dog. Hence her name, Freebie. But she was a good dog for a while.
No, there's a suggestion. We could actually, all three of us could do that.
What's that?
I'm just getting my hunting license this year, April and DJ, but been fishing my whole life, mushroom hunt. You should also do lives about good mushrooms versus bad mushrooms with your knowledge. Yeah, all three of us, well, four of us could actually do that together. Because Rachel does a little bit of mushroom hunting too.
My grandpa used to take me. My grandpa used to take me foraging all the time.
I don't blame you. I love doing it. Eventually, I want to do some live streams with foraging.
Oh yeah.
We gotta do some live streams with Rachel and some fishing.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. That'd be
what I'm talking about.
Fishing.
She's got her little freaking. There's her kitty pet.
Yeah, because even in the background once in a while.
She likes her little. She likes her. Wasn't that the kitten?
Yeah, that was the youngest one. The last one she just got. Yeah. Mushroom and all wild edibles, he suggested, and antler shed hunting.
Oh, that's fun.
That I have not done yet.
It's like finding a needle in a haystack.
I know, but if we train Bozzy, we're good to go.
I found one shed this year.
I found one shed my whole life, and I'd show it to you.
Oh, DJ's going to go get his prized possession.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice one. I wouldn't mind going and finding sheds and all that. Get to hike in the woods all day. I'd be all right with that. We were actually just talking about going camping this summer with you.
Camping. Oh, that is huge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 10-pointer, right? Yeah.
Unfortunately, he only found one antler, but that's freaking cool.
That's a nice antler.
Yeah,
hang that on the wall and use it as a hat.
Yeah. This deer is probably, well, when I found this, which, I mean, he broke off part of his pedestal out of his head, which is not a good thing. But that's a fully mature deer right there.
Mm-hmm. You know he had a nice spread on him.
Oh yeah, I mean, could you imagine seeing that?
Mm-hmm.
I tell you the truth,
that's a freaking spread.
I think this was one deer that I missed because I found this when my uncle had wounded a deer, and I was tracking it for him, and I found this when I was tracking the deer. But I believe that this shed was from the year before.
Oh wow!
I had missed this deer the year before.
Probably some ice didn't get to it.
Yeah. I mean, this thing was just, you know how I found it? All I seen was this much of that tine sticking out of the ground, about 3 inches.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a dandy. Nobody killed this deer, so. And that was, I don't know, I found this a couple of years back. Maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
It's got to be more than that.
No.
You had that before we were together.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe 5 years ago. But he definitely passed his genetics on.
You know, that was a freaking monster.
Yeah.
Monster of a deer.
Yeah. Oh, did you ever see all the trail camera pictures that we had? Oh my God.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, we use that moonshine. We put it down in front of the camera, and that's what we got. Were all those pictures.
Yeah.
That stuff is crazy.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
We had 15 deer within 25 minutes after me putting that in front of my camera.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I put that stuff on that log when we were down south, and them deer had no clue where the shots were coming from, for one. And I think that smell is what drew those deer up to us.
Yeah, because they almost any closer, they would have freaking stepped on us.
Oh yeah. Literally, Rachel, when I shot that one deer, it ran by so close, it sprayed blood on the log that we were sitting on.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This is the best place to find deadheads in the wooded areas just off the highway.
Oh yeah. I've never found a deadhead. Ever.
I've found doe skulls, but that's it.
Yeah,
I've found parts of deer skeletons.
There's a spot on Buck Hill that I know that I bet you I found probably 6 or 7 deadheads. But I think it's because the bears drag them down in there, tell you the truth.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few bear up in there.
Oh, there's tons of bear. Absolutely.
There's a lot of weird stuff on that Buck Hill.
There is.
Oh yeah.
His dad don't like us going camping up there at all because we'll call him, we'll let him know this is where we're gonna be, and then we'll call him when he gets back. He's like, "Oh God, you guys are going there." It's like, yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, last year I was up there snowshoe hare hunting last year, and I got followed by an unseen force.
Jeez.
Oh yeah.
Somebody walking behind me. I was walking, and I kept hearing somebody walking behind me, and I would look behind me and there'd be nobody there. Nobody there. There's some weird juju up there.
There is.
And then there's it's different. It's different.
A few years back, I want to say this is probably about probably about 10 years ago. There were people up there, and they were doing like seance and shit.
Oh my God!
You know what I mean? They had like the pentagram, the whole nine. Like they were doing some pretty weird shit up there.
Yeah.
Well, that would explain a lot.
Yeah.
That's weird.
They can keep it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Oh, about that time, what was it? Not last year. Year before with your dad. When you get to go with them?
Oh. Yeah, I haven't shot deer with my dad in a long time. And me and my dad, we hunt together, but we don't hunt together like we used to. And 2 years ago, my dad was I don't fucking see any deer, blah 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 blah. Okay, come on, Dad. So tells me, Derek, fill my doe permit. He goes, I got 2 of them. He goes, I'll sign one over to you, fill it for it. Okay. So I go off. Awesome. Yeah, fucking, there's a deer. Bang. I called Dad. Dad, I got a deer for you. Come here. Whatever. Bring me a tag. All right. So he comes over and so he sets his gun down and whatnot. And so he's like, where's the deer? I said, well, deer ran over here. I said, we just got to go over here and find it. Okay. I was like, I'll just leave my gun right here. We just go right here. Well, we start walking, and I look up, and there goes another deer. So Dad, there, shoot that deer. Here, gives me the gun. So I pick up deer's dun dun dun. Bang! Dump the deer on the run. Deer just piles. My dad was so pumped because he got to see me shoot that deer. It wasn't even funny. He's like, man, I haven't watched you do that in a long time. I was like, yeah, well. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
We need to go hunting with them more this year.
Yeah.
I love hunting with your dad. It's fun.
He uses a big gun, 300 mag.
He can do anything.
Yeah, he don't. I'll tell you what.
Shoulder.
Oh, that thing, it's a Thompson Center single shot. Rachel, that thing's like getting hit by a freaking truck.
Jesus Christ.
Literally.
I thought 308 was bad.
Yeah, that thing sucks. Like, he's always trying to get me, oh, I got a new scope. We got to sight this in. Fuck you. I am not shooting that thing. No.
That's the gun your dad offered me
Yeah, no.
to use when we went ahead and went out there looking for the deer for him.
Yeah, no.
Because Dee ended up using your uncle's gun, and your dad's like, hey, April, you want mine? Nope.
No, you don't want that.
I already know what I'm getting into if I use that thing. No, I'm good.
Yeah, no. That gun hurts all the way around.
That gun would put me on my ass.
Oh, that gun. Yeah.
Yes.
I stick to I got a couple select calibers. I like my 243. That's what I hunt with faithfully every year.
243 is my next rifle. I would have a 243.
I'll tell you what, you will not be disappointed. That thing is.
Mountain lions have been spotted up here, but they say there are none.
Oh, yeah. No, we have mountain lions here.
Yeah, I know. That's what he was asking.
Yes, we have them here. DEC actually introduced them to reduce our coyote population.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I don't know if anybody else understands the concepts of you're putting another top predator into the equation to try to take care of a top predator that we have here, in which you really think the mountain lion's going to want to eat a coyote over a deer?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
They're going to go after the deer first.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
then they're going to go after humans.
Yeah. It's known that a mountain lion kills at least once a week.
And mountain lions attack way more humans than coyotes ever would.
Yeah. And why would you want to put that here? Like, that makes no sense. So you want something that's going to kill somebody's kid or attack somebody when they're walking down a trail or something? Like, that makes no sense.
I'd rather have
they
the
don't
guy
belong here. They don't belong here.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they've been seen in Kentucky.
Oh, they're all over. DEC introduces them.
Yep.
There was one right here up in Floyd probably 10, 15 years ago. The guy had it in his freaking yard.
I remember that.
You remember that? There was another one in Camden. There was one in Leeds Center.
New London.
New
I remember
London.
them.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, come on. And they're telling me that them didn't have tracking devices in them. How'd they all get here?
Mm-hmm.
They just mysteriously come from out west or wherever they come from. They traveled all the way here by themselves. Get out of here. That's DEC for you.
They were definitely put here. They were put here. For sure.
Like wolves.
Yeah, there's wolves up here.
If I see a wolf from the woods, I'm going to pass out.
I don't blame you.
I'm like, "Ugh." Oh my God.
Hey, here's the fucked up thing.
Am I dreaming? No.
Hey, here's another thing. DEC will tell you wolves ain't here. Okay? But there is a law stating you cannot kill a wolf in New York State. So why would there be a law here stating that you cannot kill that animal if they're not here?
That's true, yeah.
Or if they know that they don't know that if they are here. Well, if there's that law, then you know that there's wolves here. Obviously, you're not going to put a law into effect, just like the law in New York State. You can't shoot Bigfoot.
Huh.
If Bigfoot wasn't real, then why would there be a law stating you can't kill him in New York
I'll
State?
tell you what, if there's a Bigfoot coming after me, I'm freaking shooting it. Oh, okay.
He just wants a hug. He might want some jerky.
Maybe.
Oh, man.
That's a very good possibility. Yeah, there's definitely been some crazy things up this way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a boring state.
No, New York State is awesome.
Yeah. Expensive, but I love it up here.
I have a couple of new members in my Wild Woolly Outdoors group from the UK.
Nice.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
I was like, tell them, you guys ever come over here to the United States? They go, check out New York. But New York's got a lot of beautiful, beautiful country.
It does. There have been sightings in Kentucky.
There's so much wilderness. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you go to some pretty cool spots fishing. You really do.
Yeah. She
Who, me?
does.
Yeah. Like that one place you went last year, I can't remember where the hell it was. You went out of town.
Oh, she was.
Delaware River?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go there down there every year. And I'll tell you what, when you're out there in just a fishing kayak, it makes you realize how small you are on that river. Like you are just mere. You had better respect that river, especially that area. That part of that river is one of the deepest parts of the Delaware.
Mm.
And there's these eddies. And There have been a lot of drowning in that area, all of them alcohol related.
Yeah.
But there's the eddies, and the eddies create an undertow,
Yeah.
and they will pull you under. If you don't know where to swim in that river, especially Pond Eddy, those eddies will pull you under, and you ain't getting them back up. That's a merciless river.
Yeah, no. If I'm near water, I'm fishing. I ain't swimming.
Exactly. But I've pulled some huge freaking smallmouth bass out of that river. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice view down that way.
I want to fish Casog Lake this year.
I'm gonna get back out there too this year. Definitely.
I want to try that.
It's definitely a nice area. I fished that when I was a kid.
You ever try to top water there for the crappies?
No.
Uh-huh. I'll bet you.
I should try it.
You should. Oh man, if you're there and there's a mayfly hatch or something. Ooh.
Oh.
I'll tell you, the little poppers, the little fly poppers.
I have a couple of those.
Oh my God. If there's a big bug hatch there's a big bug hatch and the bugs are hitting the water, watch the water because you'll see ripples. And it'll just be their lips sucking them off the top of the water. Oh man.
Yes. Man.
Well, got a dog. They said she.
I have another hunting story. You guys want to hear it?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, so I grew up hunting my grandparents. My grandparents had 66 acres, and that was surrounded by state land. And when I was younger, my Uncle Frank passed away, and we spread his ashes on a spot where it kind of overlooked the where my grandparents' house was, so he could always see, And I used to deer hunt up there, and I remember I was going up there before first light, and almost every single time I would walk up there, I'd see an orb kind of following me, following me up the trail, and I knew it was my uncle. He would come right from that area where he spread his ashes. Every single time that I go to my spot.
Wow.
Yeah.
That place definitely has a lot of memories.
It's like he knew exactly what time I was going to come up that trail and head to my spot.
That's cool. He's out there looking after you.
I mean, he was not at all into hunting, but obviously he knew it was me.
Yeah.
But anytime I'd be up there hunting, I knew his presence was there.
Yeah, you feel it and know it.
It was cool.
Yeah, there's that one the other time that you and I went out too.
Another thing.
Oh gosh. When you seen the deer and I didn't when we were walking through the woods.
Was that the one I shot at?
Yeah.
Oh. That one. Yeah, there's always deer in there though. So me and April, we were we were hunting this logging road, and this was that same spot she was talking about where she see nothing but deer ass. But so we're coming down a logging road and it Y's off. And at the Y, there's one part of the trail that goes straight, but then the other part kind of like makes like a half moon shape, and it kind of cuts back around. So every time I get to that spot and I come around that corner, I always kick deer up in between those two trails. So as we're coming around that corner, I tell her we got to really take our time, be quiet, pick everything out. You know what I mean? Try to look through the bushes. So as we're coming around the corner, I'm in front of her, she's behind me, and we're taking our time, and I stopped because I thought I heard a deer stand up. Oh, I don't know if you've ever heard it, but sometimes when deer jump up, you'll hear their stomach make that like slosh noise.
Mm.
But anyways, and that's what I heard it's just a weird noise that you usually don't hear. It's just distinct when you hear it.
You hear it when horses stand up too.
Yeah. So I heard that distinct, and I was like, that was a deer that just stood up. So now I start looking, and I could see half the deer's face looking at us through the bushes. It's probably, I don't know, 50 or 60 yards away. So I'm watching the deer, and I'm telling her, there's a deer over here. I want her to shoot, but she can't see the deer. So I thought it was only the one deer. Well, then I didn't see the deer anymore. So I figured the deer maybe had just turned and started walking away from us. So as we take a couple more steps around the corner, then the trail opens up so you can see. Sure as shit, as soon as we step where you can see down the trail, there goes 3 or 4 of them. Right?
There was 3 of them.
Yeah, there's 3 deer. But just as we popped around the corner, I see the deer start to take off, and I picked up and touched one off, but I was too late. I had done shot behind the deer, but there's always deer there. Every time we went in there, we'd seen deer.
I like that night over there. Yeah, Mom and I went out last year. Was her first year of having her hunting license. So we went out together once. And I'm sitting behind maybe tiny pine trees. They're probably about 4 or 5 foot tall. So I'm sitting behind them. Mom's standing up behind a tree. And I could hear the deer off to my right. And of course, they loop around trying to figure out what the heck we are. As I'm hitting my call. And we use that moonshine. And they ended up behind Mom.
Yeah.
So the buck was probably maybe 15, 20 foot behind her. But we were both facing the same direction. So no, there was nobody facing behind her. We were both facing into a different section of woods. So that was something else. But yeah, I definitely gotta get more hunting in with Mom.
He's just gotta get more hunting in, period.
Yeah, I know. I definitely do.
You do.
But when we move up there, then I can go hunting every day.
Mm-hmm.
I know I told you guys this story. But some of you never heard it. When I used to hunt down the road from our house, I was still too young to deer hunt, big game. But I was out squirrel hunting down the road. I didn't from where we lived. It was like the tail end of Northern Tier. Southern Tier was still open. It was like the last weekend of Northern Tier, and there weren't many hunters in the woods. So I decided to go out squirrel hunting. Of course, I wore my orange and everything, and I shot a couple of gray squirrels, and I'm walking around looking for at least one or two more. And I knew there was a deer hunter in the woods, so I was very mindful. So I sat down and I took a break, and I heard a shot not too far from me. And like, oh, so I looked. I stood up and looked in the direction where the gunshot came from. About 5 minutes later, this doe comes running by me. There's blood gushing out of one of her lungs. And I see her go right towards where I knew there was like this big bowl full of briar bushes. And she was heading right for it. I'm like, oh, she's heading for that bowl. Yep. Fell right down in that bowl. I'm like, oh no. So I'm standing there waiting. I'm thinking about 10, 15 minutes, probably that hunter's gonna come looking for it. So I'm waiting so I can tell her where the deer is. Tell him where the deer is. So yeah, about 10, 15 minutes later, comes this older dude with a beard, and I stood up and waved, and he waved, and I go, "Did you shoot a doe?" He's like, "Yeah." I go, "I know where she is." Yeah, I know exactly where she is. He goes, "Where?" I go, "She fell down to that bowl down there." I said, "It's gonna take two of us to get her out of there." I said, "It's all full of briars." He goes, "Of all places for her to fall down." And I said, "I know she's down because I heard her thrashing around down there." So we walked there together, and he was actually from out of state. He was from Connecticut, so he knew I knew those woods better than him. I said, "I know where all the weird little bowls and little hills and stuff are in here." So went down the bowl. Sure enough, she was right down towards the bottom. I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna suck." He goes, "Yeah." But I helped him. We went down and chopped down those briars, and I helped him drag her out of the bowl. And then but yeah, so it's nice when you have somebody that can that help you out. And he was like, "I don't think I could have dragged her out by myself." She was a big girl. She was a big freaking doe.
Yeah, we have a big deer up here.
Oh,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
I made his day a lot easier.
Oh, most
I was glad I
definitely.
could help, you know.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta lend a hand out there.
Oh yeah. I can't count how many old timers I've helped with deer in the woods. Especially like down south where we go deer hunting. I mean, my dad
He was
started.
from Connecticut, but he'd been deer hunting for a long time, and he moved to New York and started hunting in New York. But he didn't know those woods very well.
Yeah.
I pretty much told him how things were laid out. I said, you know, there's a lot of bowls and stuff back in here, and there's a lot of briar bushes.
Yeah. That's like down south where we deer hunt because they
Sucks when a deer falls down in there. Trust me, I know.
yeah, because they've logged that over the past few years. So now it's just critters and treetops. Oh my God, dragging deer up out of there absolutely sucked.
That did look like it sucked.
Holy shit.
I only say that because I didn't drag them.
And I mean, every deer I shot down there in the southern tier this year were all big deer. And I didn't shoot any small ones down there.
What about that buck that guy got on you last year?
No, that was this year.
Oh, yeah, this year.
That pissed me off, and that wasn't that. When you told me about that.
Yeah, that's a fucked up story.
That wasn't even my deer, and I was pissed about that. Like, that's bullshit.
So I had taken a deer that I had killed down south, opening day southern tier to a processor, which was like a 200-pound doe, which that guy stuck it my ass hard on that deer. He gave me back 35 pounds of meat out of a 200-pound deer.
That's a big freaking deer.
Like, I should have got way more than that. Especially, I had the whole deer ground in a hamburger. How do I get 35 pounds out of a 200-pound deer? That's not right. That's not right. But anyways, so I dropped the deer off to the processor, which I'll never do that again. That was my first and only time ever doing that. So we're on our way back home, and I hunt this farm on our way back. I got permission to hunt this farm up that way. So we're coming down the road, and we got about 20 minutes left of legal shooting light, and I look over into the field. It was a foggy afternoon, and I see the silhouette of this great big monster buck, and I'm like, oh my God, pull the truck over, bang, throw the truck in park. I jump out, grab the rifle, get across the road into the cornfield, throw a shell in the gun, I close the chamber. Now I know exactly how far it is from off the road to the wood line. Well, I'm about 20 yards off the road, so I'm perfectly legal. And settle the crosshairs of that 243. I touch that trigger, and I see that deer just fold. Ooh, I was like, oh, and I heard that bullet go whack. That's a dead deer. Well, it starts raining. So I jack the shell out, and I start walking over, and I happen to turn and look, and I see two more deer standing in the field. Well, I still have my doe permit for the northern tier because this was in the northern tier. Well, hell, God, spin, settle the crosshairs. Deer's probably like 350. I put the crosshairs on the deer's throat. I touch the trigger. Deer flat dead in its tracks. Okay, well, I know that one's laying there. Let me go see where this one is. So I go over. I see the kick marks, whatever. Okay, well, the deer went into the woods. So I look a little bit, and I didn't see the deer. Well, I'm just going to back out. I'll let the deer lay overnight. Well, so I go over, take care of the doe. I'm going to come back in the morning and pick this deer up because I know he's dead. You know,
it was foggy as hell that night.
It was so foggy, I couldn't see nothing with a flashlight. So I'm like, I'll just come back in the morning, get my deer, and I go back there the following morning, and the farmer proceeds to tell me that his brother-in-law had just taken a monster 10-point, which was my deer that I had shot previous evening. He never even fired a shot and got that deer. I would say that deer would have scored probably at least 150 inches. Just an absolute stud of a 10-point.
It was taken out right off from underneath you.
Yep. And that's not the first time I've had that happen. I've had several big bucks in my life taken on me. It's just, and you know, it's, if that's how you got to get your deer, I mean, that just goes to show the type of hunter you truly are.
Yeah.
You can't kill your own animal, you know?
Yeah.
You don't.
If you do that to another hunter, you're nothing but a POA.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Piece of
It's
shit.
just like people that like to steal your traps or steal animals out of your traps, you know? Why?
It's the same thing with Florida. Yeah. They don't want to put in the work themselves.
Yeah.
It's
Uh-huh.
just they're lazy.
Yep.
They're
Exactly.
lazy and they want to benefit from the work that you did.
Exactly. You know, and that's not right. That's not
Yep.
right.
No.
I mean, I've been down south deer hunting. Hear people shoot, have deer come running by me wounded, and kill the deer. They come over and no argument, no nothing. It's your deer. Take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You shot the deer first. It's your deer. I just put the deer down for you, so you ain't got to continue chasing.
Yeah. That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've probably about 8 or 10 years ago, I was down south, and I had killed 2 deer. I shot 2 deer that morning. And so I'm on my way out of the woods with my 2 deer, and I hear some shooting going on down below the hill. So I stop and I wait because that's just what you do in the southern tier. You hear gunshots, you wait because deer are usually coming your way. And sure enough, I see this little doe come running up through and she's limping. Somebody done blew her leg off. So I bang, down she goes. Next thing I know, here comes this young kid. Oh, it's my deer. But dude, I don't want the deer. I got 2 of my own deer. I just shot the deer so you didn't have to continue chasing it or it didn't get away from you. And then they became coyote food. You know, like some people take it the wrong way when you shoot their deer on them. But I mean, it's an ethics thing, you know. I don't like to see nothing suffer.
Yeah.
It should be a quick, humane death for anything.
Yeah, it should.
It's also up to the it's up to the hunters teaching the younger ones to teach them the ethics of
Yeah.
hunting,
Yeah.
you know.
About
It was-
sportsmanship.
With that being said, not letting deer suffer.
Yeah.
I have a story that
Oh, geez.
I mean, people could say,
Everybody makes mistakes.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
With
It
that being said,
happens.
I got a story about a deer that, like, mind you, I shot this deer with my bow. Okay, now thought I made a great shot on the deer, the way the deer reacted and everything. When I released, the deer's front shoulders hit the ground, face plant,
Yeah.
whole 9 yards. I thought I smoked this deer. Nice buck, 6-point, you know. Oh, he's dead. Sweet. So it's getting dark. Well, so I go back to the truck, put my bow in the truck and everything. This deer is going to be dead within an hour or whatever. So I give the deer some time to lay down. And so I go back in with a buddy of mine that was hunting with me. So we go back in to track the deer. There's snow on the ground. And so I'm tracking the deer and I'm like, man, there's not as much blood as I thought there would be. So we're going and all of a sudden we kick the deer up. Deer takes off. So I go over looking at the deer's bed. There's quite a bit of blood. Well, now the deer's bleeding pretty good. Okay. So we're going and the deer runs probably 50 yards, lays down again. Well, that tells me this deer's hurting because he's not running far before he's laying down. So now, mind you, this is in the dark, so I can't shoot this deer again. So we're We get up to the deer again. Deer gets up, runs, lays down. Well, now this deer gets in this tall swale grass stuff, right? So we catch up to this deer. Now the deer is laying down facing away from me. So I come up behind the deer, and my buddy's behind me. So turn the flashlight on, and the deer's laying like I'm within 5 feet of this deer. And he's laying there, you know, he's panting heavy, and he's looking back at me. And my buddy goes, well, what are you going to do? I said, I got to kill this deer. I can't let this deer suffer. He goes, well, how are you going to do that? I said, I'm going to have to cut his throat. That's the only thing that I can do. You know, I can't shoot it again. I got to kill this deer. So I started looking in my pockets. Shit. I look at him, I said, you got a knife? He's like, no. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. So I started digging in my pockets. And well, come to find out, I did have a knife. But mind you, the knife that I had only had like 1.5 inch long blade on it. And good thing I keep a sharp knife, just to say. But anyway, so I pull the knife out of my pocket, and I'm like, and my buddy looks at me, and he's like, no way possible you're going to kill that deer with that knife. I said, bullshit. He said, yeah, right. I said, dude, that deer is not getting away from me. I said, it's my duty to take care of this. I wounded the deer. I got to finish this deer. Plain and simple. I'm not going to, oh, just let it lay there and die. No, I can't do that. This deer has to die right now. It's suffering. End of discussion. So he's like, well, what are you going to do? I'm going to jump on this deer, and I'm going to cut its throat is what's going to happen, I told him. He's like, yeah, right. I said, okay, watch. Mm-hmm. So I got the knife open in my hand, and I go to position myself to get ready to jump onto the deer. So the deer, as I get ready, the deer jumps up and takes off.
Oh my God.
Well, at this point, it's too late because I'm close enough to you. So as the deer jumps up to take off, I take off after the deer. So I shoulder check the deer in the ass end. Bang. So I spin the deer around. Now the deer drops his head and comes running at me. That's exactly what I wanted this deer to do, was to drop his head and come at me, because now you just lost all your advantage over me. So when the deer comes at me, I grab the deer by the horns and just twist his head over, and I flop the deer right over on his back. So at that point, when I did that, I sat down on the deer and I got it on its back. So I jammed the deer's horns into the dirt, and I hold it by the chin. And I took that knife and I just started poking until I got the knife to go in. And once I did, I severed that deer's whole head off with that 1-inch knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But I mean, I did what I had to do, because I could not let that deer suffer any longer. And a lot of people could say, well, you made that deer suffer. Not really, because it only took me about 3 strokes with that little 1.5-inch knife. And I had that deer's head completely severed, spine and all. I mean, I was a professional butcher for 20 years. I know how to use a knife.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was messed up. And what ended up happening was, when I shot, the deer reacted, and I winded up shooting the deer's dick off. Is what happened. So what a way to die.
Jeez.
Yeah, poor bastard.
No, I feel bad for the deer.
Yeah, I did too. That's why I had to kill him. Like, I couldn't let him go on living. There's no way.
What the hell would you call that?
Castration?
Yeah, there you go.
Castration by broadhead.
I couldn't think of the word. Yeah, you're definitely something else, DJ. And I can't say that I haven't seen him do it because I have.
Well, oh, cutthroats?
Yes, cut deer throats.
Well, I mean, that's the quickest
It is the quickest way.
and humanest. I mean, I think instead of wasting another bullet.
Well, in your case, you didn't have another arrow.
Yeah. Yeah. That case, I didn't have another arrow.
Yeah.
Even if I did, I couldn't shoot the deer legally.
No, because it was after shooting hours and you shot the deer before shooting hours. Or your time frame.
You know, which I think if like you wound a deer, right? And you're pursuing that deer, if that deer is still alive, I think you should be able to dispatch that deer with the equipment that you shot the deer with. You know what I mean?
Someone just called you a badass.
But then, in the same aspect, you really couldn't do that because then people are going to take advantage of that and use it in the wrong types of ways.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to be poaching more deer. Well, no, I shot it first, and then I had to finish it off. You know, I mean, that's how that would turn out. So I understand why they don't allow it, but I guess you just, you know,
yeah,
you go with the knife. You can't get in trouble using a knife, I guess.
Yeah. Well, at least it didn't go to waste.
Nope. I was taught if you draw blood on that animal or if you kill that animal, you are to take that animal and use that animal.
Yeah.
Do not leave the animal in the woods.
I agree.
You know, and I mean, I've hunted with people in the past that would do some disrespectful shit like that would, you know, they're tail shooters. So they jump a deer, bang, go over to it. Oh, it's a fawn. Walk away from it and leave it. No, you don't do that.
I can't do that shit.
You don't do that. So they used to get mad at me because when they would do something like that, I was taught that if you kill that animal, you take that animal.
Yep.
No matter what, you kill it, you have to take it. My father would have broke my neck if I did some shit like that. So I used to go behind these people and I would skin and quarter the deer out in the woods. And they took the deer home, whether they knew it or not. When they got home, they found out they took their deer because the deer was in the truck with me in my backpack. You know, you're not going to do it. Well, here's your deer. Now you can put your tag on it. Yeah, that's not right. No. You don't do that. And I stopped hunting with those people.
Yeah,
that's not right. You don't shoot deer and leave them in the woods. No, I don't care.
It don't matter what sex it is or what size it is.
It drives me nuts driving down the road, seeing a roadkill deer just lay there and rot.
Yeah.
You know, every other state has these laws to where if something's killed by a car, it gets donated.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we have that in New York State?
Yeah.
You know, they're bitching all the hungry, the poor.
Good, you know?
Yeah, the hungry, the poor, the this, the that. What about all these roadkill deer? Bring them to a processing place and have it ground a burger.
Yep.
They were just now they're trying to get do away with lead in New York State due to people donating deer meat to feed the hungry because people are ingesting lead from donated deer.
Yep, that's the new thing.
That's the new thing. So then why, like, everybody just stop donating deer to them? Then they'll see how that turns out for them. You know what I mean? Like, now you want to do away with all lead bullets. Why? Because they're saying, people are getting lead poisoning. Well, I'll tell you what, you better eat a lot of fucking deer meat to get lead poisoning.
Yeah.
Because there's not that much lead in a bullet nowadays.
No.
That's weird. I've been eating venison all my life, and I've never had lead poisoning.
How many fucking BBs have you swallowed?
None. Because you don't use BBs.
Well, bird
Just
shot.
deer.
Bird shot.
No, bird
Rabbits and squirrels, right?
Yeah. And I've been eating them since I was a little kid.
There you go. So how much bird shot have you swallowed in your
Check my
lifetime?
blood. I bet you there's no lead in there.
Yeah, how much lead have you swallowed in your lifetime? You ain't never had lead poisoning. The same way with me. I mean, look at. I used to bite the split shots and put them on my hook, on my line. You know what I mean?
I still do.
Like it's more ways.
I make sure I pick that shit out anyway before I eat it.
But it's just stupid. Like, I mean, how are you gonna say that's where they're getting lead poisoning from?
No, there ain't no way. No.
How about the fucking drinking water?
Yeah, I bet you can drink the water.
Well, our drinking water comes from that pond right down the street from your house.
Yeah.
And look at how many geese shit in that thing every year.
Oh my god, yeah.
Fucking commie bastards.
Luckily, I'm glad I have well water.
Oh yeah, you're lucky.
I know we drive by the watering plant when we're up that way, and oh my god, the geese sitting in that ship.
I had the option of connecting to that water. I'm like, why would I? I got well water. I don't. Why would I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom texted me. She wants to do a live with us. She's got funny hunting stories. She said.
She does.
Yep.
Bunny hunting.
Yeah.
Oh, Rachel, you got to get into duck hunting.
I want to try it. I definitely want to try it.
Well, get your duck stamp. We'll go this year.
Yeah, you get it at the post office or Runnings.
I should.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. You will have a blast.
I ate wild duck one time, and it was so freaking good.
Duck hunting's a lot of fun. I did quite a bit of duck hunting just this past year. The only thing that sucks is, man, the fucking shells are so expensive now. Jesus.
A lot of things are going up.
Yeah.
It's like $30 a box.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can only have 3 shells in your gun.
Mom says we need humor in the chat.
Yeah.
Or in the
Live
stream, yeah. I posted a link, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
She was talking to me earlier. She was like, I'm really debating on it. I don't really know if I want to do lives. It's like, well, it's not hard, Mom. Just a little figuring out here and there.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Oh, did you keep your partridge fans? Did you keep the tail feathers off your
I
partridge?
kept one of them. One of them, I kind of got it off.
Oh,
I got one of them though.
nice. Now, when you went up there hunting the last time, you hunted the left side of the road down over the hill?
When when you're going up the hill, when you're going up the hill,
Yeah,
the left-hand side is the hardwood,
yeah,
and then the other side is some spruces.
yeah.
Well, I hunted on the spruce side, and that's where I got those two rough grouse.
Yeah.
There were a shitload of them in there.
Oh, there
I only
always
wanted a
is.
couple. So,
There's always a ton of grouse in there. Man, you go up there September, you'll kick up coveys of 20 of them.
really, I have to try that.
Yeah, because they still have their babies around in September. I mean, they're full grown, but they're still in big coveys in
Yeah.
September. Because I used to squirrel hunt up there. And man, I used to frickin' see so many grouse in September up there. Oh my God. Well, what do? You park on the main road and walk all the way in?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. What I do is I go up to the top of the hill, I do a 3-point turn, and then I park facing. I park where there's cars coming, they can see me,
Uh-huh.
and then I just walk across the road. I walk down into the spruce trees.
Uh-huh.
And then if I hunt on the wooded side, the hardwood side, sometimes I'll go up the hill and hunt that one trail, and sometimes I'll stay up further and hunt the one that goes up the hill and curves around.
Yeah.
Ozzy, stop.
Yeah, if you come up the dirt road, you come around that sharp bend and you come to that T.
Yeah.
If you go to the right, it goes to the dead end. You know where that is?
Yep.
Yeah, that's all good down through there for the partridge and rabbits.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep. I see a lot of snowshoe rabbits over that way.
Yeah, I'd like to get a couple more grouse, and yeah, because grouse ends the same day as rabbit, I believe.
Really?
I think so. March 31st.
Oh, shit.
This rabbit and grouse season kind of run into each other.
Mm-hmm.
You and Z going this year?
What?
I got my dates memorized pretty well.
I don't have shit memorized. I'm always asking the guys.
I haven't grouse hunted in years. I don't even know if I can hit one of them bastards anymore.
Well, hell, last year, I got a couple grouse last year. Where'd I get them? Dingle Road, Camden.
Mm.
There's a lot of grouse up there too in those woods. Especially those big tall pines.
Yeah, they love them pines.
All the cedars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cedars and hemlock.
Yeah, they like to roost in them.
Yeah.
I like catching them sitting up in them trees and you just shoot them out of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mom's probably got tons of them up there.
Oh, yeah.
I posted a link for Mom. She must be shy now.
Lemmy.
Oh, I'll probably call it a night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know Rachel's not 100% yet.
This is my mountain right here. This cat loves deer meat.
Nice.
Oh, that's someone else. Oh, call it a night for now, and probably we might as well do a fishing one.
Yeah, it's been fun, guys.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
ma'am.
Thank you, everybody, for coming by and joining us.
Yes, thank you all.